The Patriots finished last season with a 7-9 record, very abysmal record for their standards after making the playoffs for like what seems like forever. They missed the playoffs in the first year that Tom Brady was not with them, and then they had to sit in their homes, sit in their couches, and watch Tom Brady lead the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to a Super Bowl win in Tampa Bay. I know that did not sit right with Bill Belichick. That did not sit right with Robert Kraft, the Robert Kraft family, with anyone that is part of that Patriots organization that used to winning. And it shows their intentions. Their intentions are very clear. After this first few days of free agency, they have made the most key signings out of any team. Complete rehaul of this roster. If I could just run down through all these transactions that they have made. Jonnu Smith, signed him. Probably the second best tight end in the available. Wide receiver Nelson Aguilar. Wide receiver Kendrick Bourne. Linebacker Matt Judon. The best tight end available, Hunter Henry. They traded with the Raiders for tackle Trent Brown. They signed cornerback Jalen Mills. They signed Henry Anderson. They signed Davon Goodchucks. And then Dante Hightower and Patrick Chung are returning. Also, Cam Newton is returning on a one-year deal to the Patriots. I think the Patriots are retooling. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 players that are going to be available to them this season that were not available to them last year, whether by trade, signing, or they're just returning from their opt-out because of COVID last year. The Patriots are coming, you guys. The Patriots are coming. Bill Belichick is a mastermind. We all know what he has accomplished in the NFL. He's the greatest coach of all time. McDaniels is one of the best offensive minds in the NFL too. Second season with Cam Newton. Cam Newton's also should have another season, another offseason to recover from his bad shoulder, from all the injuries that have been nagging him the last couple years. He has said multiple times that he does not want to go out like this, like with the play, with missing 2 seasons ago. He missed almost the whole season, and then last year he had a subpar play. He's gonna come with a vengeance. I do expect a bounce back year from Cam Newton. And now the Patriots are able to go to their bread and butter. The 2 tight end sets, Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry. Both of those tight ends are elite to like really good tight ends. Hunter Henry, I'm the most excited about Hunter Henry. I think his body frame, he's tall, he can run. He's shown a lot of promise with the Chargers. Jonnu Smith also, he's made some spectacular catches for the Tennessee Titans. I'm very excited to see how they play. The Patriots are known for their 2 tight ends sets throughout the history, throughout these modern years where they've been very successful. They're going to be running those sets that they ran with Aaron Hernandez and Gronk. I think Hunter Henry is more of that Gronk role, bigger body, more height. He's gonna be their main tight end. I think they'll use Jonnu Smith more as a Aaron Hernandez player. They'll line him up in the backfield. He might even get some carries. He'll play the tight end position. He'll play the fullback position. He'll be out wide. He'll do a bit of everything. Jonnu Smith, he's an elite talent. I love Jonnu Smith. Hunter Henry, he's going to be more of your tight end, more of your wide receiver. Just dominate people, find mismatches, find a shorter cornerback, find a shorter safety that you could expose. Nelson Aguilar, Kendrick Bourne, they're going to be nice wide receivers in the outside. I know Cam Newton, he had success with Olsen. I think he'll have success with Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry. And now Nelson Aguilar, he'll play almost a similar role as Ted Ginn Jr. played when he was with Carolina, just stretching the field, being that deep threat, keeping the defense honest, keeping the defense spread out. And all these other signings, they're just solid signings. Matt Judon, he's a great player, great defensive player. Trent Brown, he's a great tackle. Jalen Mills, serviceable cornerback. I think the Patriots are really retooling. They're going to have depth. The defense has never been an issue. Bill Belichick is going to be able to coach up that defense. They're probably going to have another top 10 defense. I would not be surprised. I would be more surprised if they're not a top 10 defense. And this offense now has more weapons, more tools, more versatile players where they could really attack the defense in multiple ways. And like I said, I do expect a bounce back year from Cam Newton. At the beginning of the season, he started really hot. It looked like he was going to have a great season. It looked like the Patriots were going to be one of the contenders in the AFC. And then he got COVID. He missed that Kansas City game, and he never really came back the same. It felt like his shoulder got worse. It felt like his mobility got worse. I don't know if he had lingering effects from COVID, or if he just regressed, or he's still coming back from those injuries. Whatever it was, he did not look the same after he missed those games because of COVID. But now he gets a full off season. He'll be a year or so removed from COVID by the time the next season starts. And I think he's just hungry. He's a former MVP. He's used to being the face of the franchise. Carolina kind of ran him out of the Panthers. It wasn't the best of endings there. So I know Cam Newton wants to prove to all his haters, to all his doubters, that he still has it, or he at least wants to finish his career on a right note. He wants to prove it to himself that he's not just going to go out the NFL on a back door with no highlights, with no wow. He's a wow player, and so far in the last 2 seasons, we haven't really talked about him in that category. He's not really a game changer, but I do think he still has it in him, and I'm very excited to see how he's able to lead the Patriots with these new players. Very excited. I like the Patriots. I've never been a real Patriots supporter, but I respect what they do to always be relevant, to always have a competitive team. Bill Belichick, he's a mastermind. If you don't bet against Tom Brady, you also don't bet against Bill Belichick. And I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if the Patriots win the division again. We'll see what the Bills do. We'll see how Josh Allen continues to play this year, if he's able to build on this MVP candidate season, or if they regress, if they kind of fall back to earth a little bit. But the Patriots are going to be right there. These signings show their intentions. If I'm the Bills, I am worried. I got to make some moves. I got to keep growing. I got to keep progressing my players. My players got to keep training, got to keep getting better, because the Patriots are coming. The Patriots are coming. Yeah, they didn't win the AFC last year, but they've had a stranglehold on the AFC East for what seems the better part of the last 2 decades. So we'll see how the Bills respond. We'll see how the Dolphins respond. They're coming up too. We'll see. It's going to be a fun division. It's going to be a competitive division. I feel bad for the Jets. They've made a couple signings, but it just looks like they're so far away, and these other teams around them are getting better and better. The Bills are nice. The Patriots are going to be nice. The Dolphins are going to be nice. I'm sorry for the Jets, but as far as the Patriots, they don't accept mediocrity, and I could truly respect that. They're always trying to get better, looking to get better, and I could 100% respect that. I'm excited to see how many more moves they make this offseason and how they play next season. I'm very excited to see how this all turns out. And if they really turn the page, I would not be against Patriots versus Buccaneers Super Bowl, Brady versus Belichick. I would not be against that. That would be fun. I would truly enjoy watching that, especially as a free agent fan. I don't really have a team that I'm tied to the hip with, so it's all about storylines, and that would be a great storyline.